Welcome back to Me versus Myself podcast. Hang on, give me 1 second while I close the door. And if you're new here, hi. Let's just get cut in. Let's cut right to the chase. If you're new here, please sit down. Have a nice snack ready for you to just enjoy. Um, Here on the Me versus Myself podcast, just kind of a brief overview of what goes on here. If you're new, Me versus Myself is the space where I am vulnerable and where I discuss the battles that go on within my head, the battles that you know further like propel me and or also hold me back. So also it's like that voice that we hear in our head sometimes guides us towards good and also sometimes guides us towards bad. And it's all a learning experience at the end of the day. So whether like you do go towards the good side or you go towards the bad side, it's always good to be able to reflect and see where maybe you necessarily weren't 100% like on your shit. So yeah, me versus myself. To put simply, it's just my space for me to be me. Me for me to let you guys know what's going on in my life, for me to let you guys in, and hopefully you guys can learn from the ways that I deal with the problems in my life, or just the way I go about living my life. Right. So without further ado, welcome. Episode 53, 52, 52, I believe. Episode 52. Today's Monday. Um, I had a really good weekend actually. So Saturday, when was it? Sunday, yesterday. I went to Sequoia National Park, and that park is. I mean, it's just so like it's really undescribable how big those trees are. It's like you come back and you see trees, and I'm like, trees are big, but it's like when you're there, you're like, bro, like I was shook. I've been there before, and I've seen like some of it, but I went further up the mountain today or yesterday. Um, and like I got to see like one of the oldest trees there, which is like 2,200 years old estimately. So it's like 2,000 years. That's fucking insane. I don't know. Just being able to see. I just comparing it to the just the trees in our neighborhood. You see those and like, they're big. But it's like holy fuck. Imagine like those in 2,000 years. Because there's these pine trees that my dad brought the other day, and well, like I've been in charge of like watering them and stuff and making sure they live. But it's like they're tiny, they're small, like probably like this big, maybe like this big. And well, like they're growing, obviously, like they're baby. But it's like imagine in 2,000 years, those trees will. I mean, they have the chance to grow that high, and that's not necessarily the same tree. It's not the same climate. It's not everything. I don't know. I'm sure there's other factors as to like how they get so big because nobody touches them and like nobody messes with it or comes in contact with it. But 2,000-year-old trees, I was like, what the fuck, bro? I imagine how much shit they've seen, how much like of the Earth they've experienced. They've experienced the Earth for 2,000 years, and I've experienced the Earth for fucking 18 years, and it's crazy. It's crazy to comprehend that. There's other like living. I mean, trees are necessary. I mean, they're living beings, but they're not sentient, obviously. But like it's crazy because they're alive. They give us oxygen, and like they obviously like trees are trees, and I don't know, man. It was just very crazy to like see like it's just a surreal experience when you're really there and you're like you really get to see those trees and you're just like wow, like I'm so like small compared to these things, man. Like they're literally like huge, huge trees, man. But welcome back to Me versus Myself. Honestly, what do I have to tell you guys today? I don't know. I felt like I I didn't really plan anything, and I usually write down. Sometimes I write down like little key points that I want to hit, or little things that happened, or things that went on, and that I can like further like just talk about or explain in a certain way. But honestly, I think I can tell you guys this. So I remember I don't know if I was really okay about a month ago maybe, or like 2 3 weeks ago. I was really consistent with like morning workouts and working out in the morning, and also just setting and working on my marketing agency, GN Media. And like, well, for like that 1 week that I did it 3 weeks ago, so I was consistent for like a week, and then like I lost the not the motivation, but the what do you call it, the consistency of it, and that led me to like not work on it every day as I should be. And well, like, okay, so since today's Monday, right? I usually take Mondays as like a fresh start, and it's a really like a powerful thing for me because it's like, well, Monday, it's a new week, and let's see what we can improve this week, right? And well, so okay, I woke up early. I did my jump rope. I walked my dog. I worked out. I, I was on my computer for 3 hours working on my agency. I learned some new things today, which is gonna help me in the long run for the agency. And like it's exciting because it's like wow, like this thing's happening, and it's just like it's uncomfortable a little bit simply because it's like I'm not used to um, sitting on my computer for so long working on something like that. It's more of like I use my computer for like for gaming or literally just wasting time. But using it as a bit like being in the business mode or like work mode is a little challenging still. Like it's not. It's still uncomfortable. It's still like there's still friction between like I mean it's never there's never like a point where it's like I don't want to be doing this, but it's also like oh like this is just hard because I'm just not used to making myself just sit through that and work during X amount of time, right? And that's been going good. And I think that leads me to like the I guess one of the main points that I had planned out. Yesterday I think I planned it out. So we're gonna speak on the topic of like growth and how growth is a double-edged sword, right? So growth is obviously a good thing, but also like there is a battle that goes on there with growth. Like your old you and the person you are, right? And okay, so there's a disconnect between the person you are and the person you want to become, and that as you move towards the person you want to become, which is growth, like there's also tension because like the old you or the you who the you who you've been, it does not want to change, right? There's no reason for it to be like, you know what, like now we're gonna just get a whole bunch of new habits and this is what it is, right? And you just okay, everything here is a habit now. It's not like that. It's like you're supposed to be doing certain things or that certain habits are good for you, but like also your old habits are just comfort, right? It's comforting to like slack off or just lay down and not work on my business, for example, or not do a podcast because I don't feel like it. Um, and the thing with like growth, you notice that after a while, you notice that. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. You notice the growth, and I mean when you're growing, right? You notice the friction that plays there. That there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to be doing this, but you're supposed to be doing this, and it's simply you're not. You're saying you don't want to be doing this because like it's not fun technically, right? It's not like you're not receiving dopamine from it. You're not. It's not really giving you so much in the short term, right? And I mean, working on your business is a marathon and not a sprint, definitely. So it's like that's where that friction comes in, and you have to just be prepared to like fight against that. You have to be like, okay, like oh well, this is not super comfortable yet, like, or I might feel tired, but I have to do this. Because even now, I feel like my eyes feel heavy today, and it's because I woke up like 3 hours than I have been usually, and I slept pretty good. I slept like 6 hours, but my eyes do feel really heavy, and I'm kind of hungry. But the fast is not over yet. My fast is over in about 50 minutes. So after this podcast, I'm probably gonna have something. I have a snack or a fruit or something. I noticed that fasting also has a play in it because my body's like eat, and I'm never really like oh it's time to eat, but because like I guess like I just know, but like when I'm working, my brain is just kind of like looking for ways that it can just not be there. But it's a process, definitely a process of like getting used to this new schedule. This just this is my new reality, so it's like I need to make it my new reality. I need to just enforce it and continue growing and continue doing this daily until it becomes a habit, right? And that's a little hard, man. That's a little like stressful. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like you want to see the results so fast, but obviously you need to put the work in, and you need to put in the time to really make sure that like you're getting the things that you say you're gonna be doing done. Um, so like I'm not taking it easy, but I'm also like making sure like the smoothing process of like okay, just for example for maybe for this week or the next couple the next couple of days, right? Because even today, I noticed that at 12, I was like, I haven't really done. I mean, I did a lot of work, but also I didn't really do that much, and I could be doing more. So why not be doing more? So tomorrow, I'm gonna be adding more time to the schedule. So from 9 to maybe like 2, which isn't a bad thing. Like I don't mind. 9 to 2 is that's like school. You know, it's like going to school, and that's not even bad. 9 to 2 is not bad at all. And well, I had originally said 1, but I mean, it's not gonna do anything for the other hour. The only thing is that I do have to do like some stuff around the house, which is okay. It doesn't take that long. But I think 9 to 2 is the new hours of Guillen Media. That's the server. That's when Guillen Media is working, or Guillen Media is open. Um, what did I do today for my business so you guys can know? So today I learned how to gather like emails of business owners that own e-commerce stores. So I learned this new program that kind of like a database. I learned how to use a database that like gathers data from like a website you put into it. So it's like, for example, if you have a movie, if you have a movie theater, right? And you look up movies, you see the showtime, you see the title, you see the IMAX out, and it's like you can kind of individually like search up. I just want the title. I just want the movie titles, or I want the movie titles with the characters, or and I want the characters with the actors. You can just kind of group it, and I kind of learned that program. It's called, I forgot the program name, man. I think it's called. Give me 1 second. Let me check my desk real quick. It is called Parse Hub, Parse Hub, and that was cool. Like, it's cool to be like to learn it, and like when I learned how to find the emails and how to like see which businesses to attempt to reach out to. So I learned how to outreach, and so I learned how to outreach, and also like I'm kind of be starting. I'm starting the process of like reaching out to people and hopefully landing meetings. So therefore, like talk to them and explain my services and see how we can be kind of mutually coexist and help each other. Because like I said, Guillen Media is a social media marketing agency. And well, yeah, I do Facebook ads or social media ads for clients, and that's exciting because I like the whole like setting meetings and being in a meeting, because it's just it's a different mindset. You don't really get to experience that anywhere. Where you're just talking business owner to business owner, and it's a little It's like I'm a little nervous about it sometimes, but also it's like it's cool because I get to get to pitch my services. I get to pitch something I know how to do to somebody who might need what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna stand on this side because I think it's a little less awkward. I mean, this is cluttered too, but I think it's less awkward because it's like not empty right here. But that's what I did today, and it's nothing like hard. It's just kind of mentally straining because I'm just not used to sitting at the computer for so long like that. But within the month, like it's gonna be just second nature, and it's gonna be like, oh, this is just my new thing. So it's like I can't be mad that after a day there's really no results, or there's no like there's still uncomfort. So we will see, and that's a process in itself. But back to change being a double-edged sword. When you change as a person and you just like grow, there's oftentimes you come in contact with people that whom you might not want to be around anymore. You might not want to be associated with, and it's a double-edged sword because it's like, well, it's like I kind of have to let you go, or I have to cut you off because like we're not really like on the same terms anymore, or like it's like, yeah, we were homies, but like I don't really think I need you in this new life, or this new me that I'm becoming. Like I don't see where we're probably hanging out anymore, or we're gonna be like linking up like that. It's a little hard. It's a little like unfortunate also, but also like what can I do about it? It's like that happens, and it's unfortunate simply because like again, change is a good thing, but also it also feels like a bad thing sometimes. And that's why it's scary. You know, sometimes change is scary because it's kind of painful to let some certain either habits go or let some people go. And I think it's okay. You know, I've gotten comfortable with feeling like it's okay to cut some people off simply because maybe we just don't align like that anymore. And it's cool, you know, like I don't mind losing the friendship if like obviously I feel a certain way about, you know, like if I feel like that person shouldn't be in my life anymore, I have no reason to like keep them in my life, right? It's but it's also hard because it's like damn, I don't want to like seem rude or seem mean, but also I mean it is just the truth, you know, it's just the truth. It's just like I'm sorry. We don't really realign. We're not really on the same path right now. And like you're not really moving me forward and I mean, yeah, we're boys and we're homies, but like, you know, it's like I need to be moving forward and I need to be seeing, you know, like I also want to be surrounding myself a lot more with people who are like people who like doing what I'm doing or people who are going to motivate me to be doing more, right? Cuz at the park I've met some people who are encouraging me to just work out more and like I'm working out with people, so it's kind of like it gives me motivation because I see other people working and it's like well like in my head it's kind of like oh I gotta work harder and it's cool because it's like it pushes me to be even more and do more than I know I can do. So definitely like it's like I understand that you know me cutting certain people off like is okay because like you know there's gonna be more people that come into my life like you know like the new people that I'm meeting. And well, there's no really big deal about it. You know, it's like yeah, we're not gonna really talk like that anymore. But that's cool because I mean that happened with everyone in high school. You know, it's like everybody that I went to high school with, I don't talk to. Maybe there's like 5 people that, if that, that went to my school that I talked to. And you know, it's like wow, like it's not. You know, it's like I don't lose sleep over not talking to the people that I went in high school with. You know, so it's like losing a few friends or losing a friend isn't like a bad idea. It's not the end of the world if like, you know, you know, just cut somebody off just because I feel like they're no longer pushing me forward or they're no longer helping me want to achieve more. And you know, I think it's important to realize and reassess how certain things affect you like that. You know, it's like if you see that things aren't really adding value to your life anymore, you have all the power to say, "Okay, I don't want that in my life anymore," and it's okay. You know, it's cool, but it's just hard. And I'm so sorry. Like literally, my eyes feel so fucking heavy right now, and I'm not even like. It's not like I'm gonna sleep right now, but like I'm low key like slumping. But yo, 5 days fucking sober. 5 out of 75 done. So you know, basically 75 will be completed. You know, but like I'm proud of myself. And yesterday when I wrote the little X on my calendar, it felt so good because it's like one more day. And now I don't really crave it. You know, I don't crave it or like want to be baked right now. Eventually, I do want to get baked. Like for example, when I sign a client, I'm gonna celebrate with the glass of wine for sure. But I wanna. I don't know. I feel like simply because I've just told myself I'm not gonna do it right now. Like my body's my I just don't want it right now. And also like I'm also kind of scared of like okay, what if like when I do allow it back into my life, it also just kind of pulls me back too. And that's where I'm at with that. Because, like, it's very easy for me to just, you know, go back to just doing it the same way, the same amount that I was doing it. But I feel like now, this time, I want to, like, come back and reassess, like, okay, like, I'll only do it after work. Or I'll only do it, you know, if I go out. Or I'm only doing it, you know, like, something like that. Where it's like, there's limits that I completely respect and I know that I can't, you know, cross. Because with, I guess before I had the freedom of just doing it whenever. Or like if I'm, for example, if I was working on my marketing thing, right, and I got invited to go sesh outside, I'm most likely gonna go outside simply because I want to get baked. And then me getting baked results into me wasting an hour of time and then after an hour of time, like, and now it's time to do another chore, or I have to do chores now because, like, well, I have to do things around the house, right? And it's like I don't get back to my marketing thing, and well, the marketing thing is not gonna move anywhere if I don't move any. If the marketing thing will only go as far as I put. Like I'll only get back whatever I put in. So now I'm learning that, and I've understood that, which is why like I'm so like excited and eager to make these like things a habit of like well, just making my workday a habit, right? Making my workday just feel natural to me because like at school, it's like after a while you know your schedule, you know your classes, you know what homework is due here, and you don't complain about it after a while because you just know that at this time you have to be at this time, at this time you have to be at this place, and at this place you have to be thinking about this thing. And well, it's like that's what my marketing thing is for me now. It's like I understand the structure. Like at school, school was basically structure. You had the structure of like knowing what time to go to what class. You had the time, what room it was in. You knew how to get there. You had a certain period to get there. And it's just structure that I'm adding into my life. Structure because it's like, well, I can't just fucking wait for my business to grow. If like I don't do anything, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna take me anywhere. But it has been a little hard. I've noticed on me to like want to work like that. But it's just because I know that it's like it's not a habit and it's not something it's like just like working out used to be. Like I didn't really want to be working out, but now it's like I have to work out. And it's like, well, just even in the recent days, like it's like it'll be like 10, and I know I want to sleep by like 10:30, but it's like I didn't do my fucking jump rope workout, so it's like I need to do my jump rope workout, and I need to walk my dog too, because I set up a bare minimum. I wrote down on a piece of paper, bare minimum, and I wrote down a few things that I have to do every day, no matter what. It's like whether or not I'm productive or not. Like if I can get those like 6 or 7 things done, I'm happy. And well, the bare minimum obviously like it's a way to keep me accountable, but also like keeps me motivated because I feel like I need to be doing those things, and it's just something I don't complain about. It's just something I know that if I do, like I feel good about. So marketing and my GN media is becoming that, but it's just time and adding structure into my life and building it and working on it and going at it every day. And well, that's how we're gonna make it out. That's how we're gonna get fucking successful. So that's what I think. That's what I need to be doing. Um, my eyes are so heavy, man. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm literally like falling asleep. That's why I keep leaning back. But it's like now I gotta be sitting up because if I'm, it's just it's gonna knock me out. It's just gonna put me to sleep. You see the bruise that I have on my chin? I got a bruise from the fucking resistance band. It was like stuck in between the bed, and I took it out, and the thing went, and it smacked me hard as fuck, and I was like, I wanted to cry. I was just like, it was just like, the time when you hit yourself and you're just like, oh my. Yeah, I just got goosebumps thinking about that because I just remembered how painful that was, and it was a bigger bruise. Now you can't even really, I mean, you can kind of tell, but it was purple, and it was just not, it was nice. But shout out the COVID-19 masks, though, because when I was outside, my mask would cover that shit, so nobody could see my bruise, and nobody really knew about my bruise. Nobody knows about my bruise, but now you guys do. So here's the fucking bruise that I have. Can you even see? I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can put this flashlight on it. Chill. Hang on, I need to unlock it because it was dead. Here, let me see. You can kind of see it. Sorry, my podcast listeners. My visual listeners could see, but you guys couldn't see. But that kind of woke me up. I don't know. Like I feel like I just got a little spurts of a spurt. Is that even a word? Spurt. Let's look up spurt. Spurt. It's a fucking word. Spurt. Okay, a spurt of energy that just kind of literally took off that laziness or took off that kind of heavy-eyed thing. Because I have a bank appointment I have to go to the bank in a little bit. I need to tell him, bro, because I've hadn't had a debit card. Well, I have a debit card, right, for my bank account, but for the past like 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe even longer, bro. Honestly, maybe even like January. I think. Yeah, it was January. So since January, my card hasn't been working because when I went in January, I closed one of my checking accounts because like I was like I had two and I don't fucking need two checking accounts. So I was like, can you just make me? Can I just combine it? Can I just make one? And well, since we canceled one of them, my card got canceled in the process of that. So, since January, I haven't had a debit card. So every time I need to get fucking money out or I need to pay, I mean, it works for the bank. It's so it's. I mean, I guess it makes sense that the bank can read my card regardless if it works or not. But everywhere else, it would not read it. It would just decline, card decline, and it was just low key embarrassing, bro. It was the card decline, and it was just like, oh, I don't have fucking money. That's the only way I was gonna pay for that. And well, I gotta go get that shit set up because I need to order a software for the marketing agency too. Um, a software that also gives me, like, it allows me to see emails that are associated with certain websites. So, for example, Guillen Media, right? Like, I would look it up. All right, look up, click the Chrome extension, and then it tells me, oh, Jesus Guillen at blah 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 blah. This is the code. This is the CEO, or this is the whatever, and that's the person I need to be reaching out to. So it's very convenient, and it's a little pricey. I mean, not even. I mean, yes and no. It's pricey because it's like a every month thing, but it's fine because these investments are just gonna come back like times 10. So I'm not even like that worried about it. It's I'm paying myself first. So, anyways, I don't know. I feel like the change thing was really something I felt like I needed to say about like how it's like kind of bittersweet, and simply because it's like I fuck with these people. I know I do fuck with these people, but some people, it's like if you don't feel like you're 100% like moving forward together, like it's I don't know, like am I just fucking carrying around, or am I watering a dead fucking plant? It's like I could we could be friends, but also it's like I don't know, man. Right now, I don't think that I need to be worrying about other things. Just worrying about my business and my fitness. That's what I've told you guys last week. Fitness and my business is my fucking priorities. And like, hello, okay, fitness and business are my priorities. And well, like, you know, I don't really have time for anything else right now. Bro, I was like, there are some things like am I about to expose myself, bro? I think I'm gonna expose myself a little bit, but I've been feeling well. I don't know. I'm not ready to talk about that, man. I'm not ready to talk about that yet. But man, low key between me and you, low key's still in love, and like I'm not sure how to go about that because like obviously I need to let time pass. So like I that's just the thing. Like I need to let time pass, and we've both kind of agreed on that. And like not that we're gonna get back together, but like we've agreed to maybe try things out, but it's like we have to wait because I feel like I need time to just for myself. But it's like I don't know how to act in the span of that. It's like obviously I'm not out here hurting anybody or trying to, but it's like I don't want to I don't want to put myself in a position to hurt anybody either. So it's like I don't want to be like led on or leading anybody on. And I'm not even talking to anyone like that. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't really. I have to sit with those thoughts more before I can really talk about them because I don't really know how I feel about that. But yeah, Loki's still in love, but don't know what I can do about that. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like how am I supposed to feel about that, or how how to really deal with those kind of things or those thoughts. But Loki, I've been a simp for the past week, kind of slightly, and I don't regret it. I don't it's like I don't care that I'm feeling these feelings because it's like, well, it's me at the end of the day. It's like, well, I'm doing this shit for me, and everything that I'm doing is for me, so I don't care. But it's just hard because it's like, well, time has to pass. But also, it's like, well, how much time? And it's like, well, like, am I gonna wait too long, or are we waiting too long? Like, obviously not right now. Like right now, obviously, like within probably like the next 2 months, 3 months, it's gonna be like this, and that's okay. But also, it's just the uncertainty of it is kind of, I guess, what makes me feel uncomfortable or makes me feel weird. And I guess it's just change, huh? Like going back to change being bittersweet. Like the transition from being in a relationship into not being in a relationship to then like, like I want to be in a relationship still. I think, you know, it's hard because it's like, well, like I was, and it's like it was good, but also like there were some things that led me to not want to be in a relationship. But then it's like I kind of want to be in a relationship. But then it's like, am I just, is it just comfort or what is it that I'm seeking, or is it, just genuine now? It's like now it's like okay, now we're both grown and we're more mature and have a lot more going for myself. So it's also like, I think it can work. But fuck, man, I don't know, man. That's where I've been. That's I think that's where like also going back to change. Like it's just fucking hard, and especially when you're doing it alone, like becoming independent has taught me to like it's obviously just deal with my own things, but it's also like oh this shit's kind of lonely sometimes, like this shit's lonely, and it's only me versus myself, and well like sometimes it's like fuck man. That's why also like I am excited to fucking get baked in like fucking 70 days. Ah, sheesh. In like 70 days and feel that feeling of just like being out of my fucking, out of the normal. But it's just hard, man. Time, I'm like I said, time is a fucking bitch, man. Time is hard because it's like, well, like for my marketing thing, I want to see results and I want this shit to be second nature. But it's like you need to just put the time in reps and get the reps. Like also like, it's just hard, man. But it's okay. I think at the end of the day, the thing that matters most is I'm fucking alive. I'm well. I'm healthy. I'm happy. And I'm not happy for the most part. Like, I literally like I have not felt sad, and I don't know. I can't even tell you the last time I was sad. You know what day was actually hard though? Friday was actually really hard because I wanted to fucking sesh. That day was like I was low key about to break it, but it was like nah. And Friday I did feel kind of like just trapped in my old ways because like I felt like I wanted to just do a lot of my old habits, simply because like dopamine, But no, sir. We're fucking staying hard on this shit for fucking 70 days. And after 70 days, it's going to be my fucking life. So it's just all up from here, right? But time, man. 70 days feels like so fucking long, honestly, too, though. Like, it feels short, but also it feels so long. And it's just about being patient. But being patient fucking sucks. And, well, it's a bitch. It's a stressful time to be Hisuki in. But yesterday at Sequoia, like it was the craziest thing. So at Sequoia, I got this little note. I found this little note right here. Let me see. I found this note of like it's like a fortune. It's a fucking fortune cookie, I believe. Like a fortune cookie fortune, but I don't see it on my desk anymore. But it was saying how Saturday, like this Saturday, is gonna be good for you. It's gonna be an exciting time for you, and like the circumstances of which I found that, like I literally like crawl like okay, so there was a little bridge, right? That was like over a little stream of water. And in that stream of water, like I was just like in there because well, I drank the water because I wanted to taste how like fucking good it was, and it was really good. Like that water was just like I felt like how McDonald's Sprite, but times 10, bro. Like it was just water. It was just like crisp water. That was just like like damn, this is from the fucking heavens, bro. um, I drank some and I put my face in it. Just fucking felt nature. And like I looked at the bush next to it, and there was a little paper caught up in it. And I grabbed it, and it was like, well, there's the fortune, right? And it was the little fortune that was like next Saturday will be an exciting time for you. So that got me thinking, like, Guillen Media client, possibly, like, it could happen. Jesus, like, it could happen. So, yeah, Saturday's going to be an exciting time for us. And I can't wait to tell you guys about what goes on. And let's see what happens, really. But also, like, I understand that for Guillen, I understand that for Guillen Media, I need to put the work in, or else I won't get a client on Saturday. So it's like if I want to get a client, like I can get it, but it's like I can say, I can say Saturday's going to be an exciting time and not do anything, and Saturday maybe comes and it's exciting, or maybe it's not exciting. But if I put the work in, and I can really get a client going, that's going to be an exciting fucking time for me. That's going to be a very big thing. And I don't know, man. With that being said, sorry, this podcast is a little short, but I think I'm gonna fucking go eat. I'm hungry, man. It's 1:40 though. I don't know. I need to clean my room a little bit more because I need to put my clothes away that I washed, and I had my dirty clothes all over the floor because my hamper has all my clean clothes in it. Because I took it out from the washing machine, so I need to get that sorted out. I need to get my desk decluttered. I need to get this podcast edited too. I think one of the things I'm trying to do now is edit the podcast and have everything set up so tomorrow or whenever it is that I upload it, it's already ready. And it's not like, all right, record the podcast and then wait until I edit it, wait till it exports, wait till I fucking upload it, and then wait till I change the thumbnail. So it's like, get everything ready, Jesus. And really, like, it's fine. Me versus myself podcast. I fucking love you guys so much. Your support means the world to me. And also, alright, I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I guess I should. Me versus myself podcast is me, right? And I've been doing this since September. And today I looked up Me versus Myself podcast on Google, and there was another podcast there that started in like May with the name Me versus Myself. And like, I'm not hating, I'm not wishing anybody like any harm or anything like that. But it was just a little hurtful to be like, what? Like, what? That's my podcast. Like that's what I'm doing right now. Like, what? So, I don't know. I hit up Anchor to see how that can get sorted out or see what they have to say about that. Because it's like, well, I've been doing this since September. And, nothing against those other people. Like, literally, I listen to the show and it sounds cool. Like, it's a cool concept. But also, it's like, well, Me versus Myself is my thing. And, like, it's like I guess for my sake, like, for me, it's like if I say go look up Me versus Myself podcast and you come up with that guy's podcast, it's like that's not cool. It's not cool. But Me versus Myself podcast, this is the fucking OG. You guys know the deal. This podcast is gonna be something big, and I'm so excited to continue working at this, continue doing this, and getting the reps in every day or every week of recording a podcast because I love this, and it's cool I can just speak freely for X amount of time and really however long I want to, and it's exciting to know that you guys care and you guys are interested in it. So thank you so much for listening to Me versus Myself podcast. This has been Jesus Guillen. I need a fucking nap. I need a nap. But this has been Jesus Guillen. I appreciate you guys so much for listening and watching. Shout out Anchor, shout out Breaker, shout out Apple Podcast, shout out here. Let's see the names of everybody. Oh, I can't actually because I'm recording. Well, thank you so much for listening regardless. I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate the fact that you are willing to listen to me speak, and you care about what it is that I feel and think. So with that being said, I appreciate you so much. You guys are amazing, and I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys had a great, safe weekend, and I hope you guys have a really good week because the world is yours, and this Saturday will be great for both of us. That was my message, but I'm passing the message to you, okay? You go and take this message and make yourself feel as good as you need to, because Me versus Myself, it's universal, it's worldwide, and I'm excited to fucking do this for real. Me versus Myself podcast, Jesus Guillen, the original Me versus Myself podcast. This is me. So we'll see what happens with that podcasting, and for all I know, maybe they won't, but it's like I'm gonna keep uploading regardless. So what can I do? Shout out Me versus Myself podcast. I love you guys so much, and you guys mean so much to me, and it's crazy how fucking we're almost at a year, and like I think we're at a year in like 80 days because 75 days is my birth. Well, 70 days now is my birthday, and I think I started the podcast like a week after my birthday, so almost a fucking year, 80 days I think. I'll find out for next time. But thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you subscribing. So if you haven't, please subscribe. Please like the video. And if you made it this far, I love you so much. Here's a fucking kiss. Mwah.